I say, you remember I was telling you about going down to the races with my friend? Well, of course, I was going to tell you more, only the wife came in, and of course that settled all arguments, you see, because she don't know now that I went down there. It was very funny. After I had that feeling in the chest, that awful feeling about eating the pie, the pork pie, Jones said to me, he says, why not have a little drop of something short? So I said, all right. So we ordered 2 drops of something short. I don't know what it was, but it was very short, whatever there was of it. I think it was something to clean the brass with or something of that. So we had it, and I said, no, I'll pay, Jones. So I put a ½ crown down. And some gentleman, I suppose he was in a hurry to get to the races, he picked my change up. It was very funny. Well, I smiled a bit, and I turned round. I said, here, I said, you got my change. He says, no. He says, it's mine. Well, of course it was. He got it, you see. I could see the joke. Of course, we laughed, you know. Well, Jones laughed more than I did at that, of course, because it was my ½ crown. So we started off again. We got a little way on the road, and there was a man came up. He said, card of the race, 6pence, card of the race. So I said to Jones, I said, we better have a card, because we shan't know where we're going. So I gave him a shilling, and he gave me 6pence out. Well, it was very funny. We got about a mile on the road, and I found it was last year's card. Well, look at the 6pence, and it was a bad one. Well, I said, Jones, you'll have to read that card backwards now. I said, but just at that moment, there was a poor tramp. Oh, he looked awful. I never saw a tramp with so much tramp on him in all my life. All his poor feet, his no boots on his back, and I said, Jones, pull up. I can't bear this. And I gave him the bad 6pence. You know, it touches me. So Jones says, here we are, we're on the course. And there we was. I turned round, oh, it was lovely. There was ladies and gentlemen walking about and shaking hands and feeling in each other's pockets. And so Jones said to me, now he says, you stand by that coconut barrel, and I'll take this trap and put it up somewhere. So I stood by the coconut barrel. I thought, well, very likely this is a friend of Jones's. So I held on to the coconut barrel, and I said to the man that was peeling the coconut, I said, we shall have a nice day today? He said, yes, I think we shall, according to the look of you. So I didn't know whether to laugh at that or let it alone. So he began to move. So I stuck out of the barrel because I thought, now it's no good me losing the barrel because Jones won't know where I am. So we walked, I suppose, we walked about 4 miles. And I said, are you coming back again to the coconut man? He said, if you don't go away, he says, I shall let you have one. So I said, it's very kind of you, but I never eat coconuts. Well, it was very strange. Somehow or another, his elbow caught me at the back of the ear. Of course, I apologized. I was sorry. And just then, at that moment, there was a gentleman came up. He says, hello, boy. He says, you're one of us, ain't you? So then I understood why we wore those big white coats. I said, yes. I said, I'm one of you. I said, and so is Jones. He says, what are you doing? I said, I'm waiting for Jones. He said, now you put a sovereign with me. He says, and we'll have it on the next horse. It's great. So I said, all right. So I gave him a sovereign. And he came back. He said, our horse has gone up. He says, there it is. So I got on a stool, a man put before me, to see where the horse was. And he said, 5 shillings. I said, what for? For the stool. I said, I don't want to buy it. He said, you've got to have it. Just then my friend turned round and he said, here. He said, you're a Welcher. I said, whether I'm Welsh, Irish, or Scotch, I'm not going to be humbugged with you. And whether he hit me or whether I hit him, I can't tell you, but I know I went into a kind of faint. But it was a beautiful day when we started away with a smile of content on our faces. With plenty to eat, there was nothing could beat a jolly good day at the races.